Hey everyone, welcome back to Ragtag Stacking. In today's video, I want to talk a little bit about stacking Canadian silver, or sorry, Canadian junk silver, that is. I do know that junk silver is a very popular way to stack. It's a very popular form of silver, and the majority that you see, and I do have a fair bit of it as well, is the American junk. And there are a few differences, obviously, just being from different countries, but one of the biggest ones is the percentage in silver. The majority of the American junk silver is 90%. I mean, you do have those, 40% Kennedys and some 35% of the war nickels, stuff like that. But up here in Canada, the majority of the junk silver was 80%. And there are some. I'm going to show you some examples that was more than 80%, and some that were less than 80%. But just jumping into the dollar here, the Canadian silver dollar, I do have. I've showed them on the channel here a couple of times. I do have some Morgans and some Peace dollars. I do like the look of those, the American silver dollars, but I just don't see them very often up here in Canada, and when I do, they're not the greatest price. So when I can come across one that is a decent price, that I'm willing to spend, then I will pick it up. But this has been a really good option on eBay, is picking up these Canadian silver dollars. I used to love doing it when eBay had the eBay bucks program, but they had gotten rid of that recently, so you can't earn eBay bucks on the junk silver. But I still go up there and just look every now and then for the Canadian silver dollars. And one of the things that I like about it is that they have a bunch of different designs on them. Now, I've said before, this is definitely my favorite design of the Canadian silver dollars, is the 1967 goose. And 67, they went, this was the 100th anniversary of Canada, so they went ahead with all of these circulated coins. They put a different design on there. And these are the half dollar, the dollar. This is the quarter here. So you can see the goose and the howling wolf, the dollar and the half dollar. Those are 80%. Now, I said before that they have different percentages on some coins. This one here, the Bobcat, is 50%. The quarter is 50%. Off to the side, I picked up the dime, and it has a fish on there. That's the mackerel. That is also a 50% piece. So I don't have the nickel. I do have the nickel. I just don't have it around. I don't keep it with the silver stuff because it wasn't. It didn't have any silver in it, and it also has a penny as well to go with the set. I have all these circulated coins from penny to silver dollar, and they did come up with a gold one as well, a gold coin for that 1967 to commemorate the 100th anniversary. But yes, I do like these designs. I like the just plain field and all that. So these are the designs for these particular denominations of coins, and this only lasted for 1 year, from 1967. And I'm going to go over some of the other designs from the coins, but just staying with the silver dollar, I showed you my favorite, which was the goose. The totem is my second favorite, and it's the 100th anniversary of celebrating British Columbia, and I just love all the detail on the totem there. It's a really nice looking coin. I know this is the favorite of a lot of people. I still give it to the goose. I do like the goose that little bit more, but going into third place, this is the design. Well, I'll get a better one here. Hold on. This is the design here that you'll see on the majority of them. Now, there's a big crack on that one. Let me just get one that just looks a little bit nicer. There we go. So you can see there's that's the Voyager, and that's the design you're going to see on the majority of the Canadian silver dollars. These ones, these 80% Canadian silver dollars, they were made from 1935 to this date here, 1967, and 67 was the last year that they had the 80% coinage, just like 64 was the last year they had it in America. But yeah, you'll be seeing the majority of the silver dollars with this design. So this is my third favorite design, and tied for third is this one here. This is the Newfoundland one. This was to commemorate Newfoundland becoming a province. So Newfoundland was the last province, the 10th province in Canada. We do have territories. There's been newer territories. But as far as provinces go, this was the last one in 1949. As you see, 1949, it just became a province. In 1958, British Columbia is already celebrating its 100th anniversary. I call this one the Parliament coin because that's what this is. This is the Canadian Parliament building, but it's actually commemorating King George King George VI. It's commemorating King George VI's first visit to the Parliament there. But I just call it the Parliament coin because it looks there. I love the look of that one. And it's hard because, you know, they do have some pretty nice designs here. From obviously 1 and 2 were locked up. I have these two here tied for 3rd place, and this is just below these two as far as the designs go. But in a distant last place, I have the Charlottetown one. I really dislike this one. I don't care for that design. So yeah, these are the designs that you can get with the Canadian silver dollars, and there's really not too big of a price difference. You might be, you know, seeing a little bit more for the Totem and the Parliament ones. This one's always expensive. That one carries a heavier premium. I only bought one, and one was actually sent to me by a subscriber. But yes, this Charlottetown coin I consistently see as the cheapest, because I do think that this one is the least popular of the Canadian silver dollars there. And especially when you see them that you know, you can bid on them, but you can also get them in lots, like lots of 4 or lots of 6, and you have the buy now option. But if you catch this in, you know, the last day of an auction, and you know, you can place a bid there, there's not really too much action on a lot of these Charlottetown ones. So yeah, you might be able to get it for a really good price. So yeah, those were the silver dollars, and like I showed you there, that was the 1967, as this was just the 1-year design for the Howling Wolf. This is what you're going to be normally seeing. I love this design here. This is the coat of arms for Canada, and this one's from 1945, so you see that it's got King George VI on there. And this one is a little bit newer. This one's from 1965, and it's obviously got Elizabeth II on it. She came in, her reign started in 52, I believe. The design you'll see quite a bit on the half dollars, but you also see these ones here. And this is different because this is pre-1920. Now, pre-1920 for the circulated coins, it's sterling silver. So these are actually 92%. And I have a couple of these in the half dollar size. I have one in the the dime size as well. I have one pre-1920 dime. So you see that's the design where it's kind of got that leaf wreath with the crown on top, and it says 10 cents, or with the half dollar, and you know, it will say the exact same design and everything like that, except it says the 50 cents instead of the 10. And you can see that this is King George V, not King George VI. So yes, these are some of these sterling silver. There are some other Canadian coins that come in the sterling silver percentage, and that's, you know, these Olympic coins. I have these ones from 1976 Montreal Olympics. They came in 2 sizes. These were the $5 ones, and I'll put up exactly what the weight was for these ones. And then the $10 one, you know, obviously is going to be a little bit bigger, and the silver amount I'll put up just like with the $5. This is what the $10 silver amount was, and I only have a couple of these ones. They do have some from the 1988 Olympics as well, but I don't have any of those. As I said, just like with the pre-1920 coins and these Olympic coins, those are 92.5% because they're sterling silver. So yeah, like I said, the majority is 80%. I just show you a couple of these quarters. This is the quarter that is still currently the same design that you see in our circulated change today. Same with the dime here. I don't know too much about the history of this ship, but it's called the Blue Nose. I should know more about it, but I don't. That one's not the greatest detail on it. You can see a little bit more detail on here, but these are fairly worn. But yeah, this is the same. But this is the same dime that you'd be seeing in your change up in Canada today. It's the same design. I can't remember when they switched over from, you know, that wreath design, but that's what they went with, was the caribou here and the blue nose on there. And growing up, I never saw any half dollars in Canada. I only knew what the half dollar in Canada looked like once I started stacking, which was last year. So growing up all throughout my childhood, you know, I am, you know, fairly younger than the average stacker. You know, I'm in my 30s, and just growing up as a kid, I never saw the half dollar. I didn't even know we had one in Canada. And same with the silver dollars. You know, you kind of hear about it, but I never saw what a Canadian silver dollar looked like until I actually got into stacking. So what I've shown you and what I have on the table here is kind of what I would actively stack. And I do have some other coins here that are just, you know, there's a series of them. They have these silver dollars, and these ones are 50% that I'm going to show you. So they do have other Canadian silver dollars. Like I said, the ones that I showed you here, that was from 1935 until 1967. But in the time in between then and now, they have had some series of coins. They did have a Canadian silver dollar series that ran from 1971 to 1991, and they had it was a 50% content. But I do have a couple of those, and I wouldn't consider stacking these because the 50% is a lower percentage, and these do just have a little bit more of a premium than say some of this 80% stuff. So I want to get a couple of the coins, but I wouldn't this is kind of just a little collection. It's not a numismatic coin, but it's got 20 years that you can collect, and it's a total of 30 coins because they have 20 that are just the regular coin, and then from 1981 to 1991 they had 2, the regular, and then they made a proof version of it. So there's a fair bit of coins you can get, but I do have some that came in the Royal Canadian Mint packaging here, the case, and this one is from 1974. This is to celebrate Winnipeg's 100th anniversary there, and this one is a 50% coin. Here's another one. This one's one from 1976, I believe. Let me just flip it over. No, 1977. I do have a couple more. I didn't want to dig out all of the ones that I have in the case. I've shown them in a previous video, but this is one of my favorite ones. This is the Calgary Stampede one. You can see the guy with the bucking bronco there, and this one's from 1975. So again, they're 50%. I do like the look of them, but I wouldn't be looking to, like I said, actively stack them or anything like that, just because they do, they are a little bit more expensive and carry a bit more of a premium than you would see on some of the 80% stuff. And there are some more sets of Canadian silver dollars. Like I said, this one here, the coins that I showed you were from a set that ran from 71 to 91. And then they had another one that ran from 92 to 2002. And that was some more sterling silver. And I have a couple of them here. And being Canada, of course, they're both hockey related. So you got this one here is the 100th anniversary of the Stanley Cup, the trophy they give out to the winner in the NHL. And 93 was actually the last year a Canadian team won the Stanley Cup. The Canadians won that year. And this one's the 25th anniversary of the Summit Series. So I get that little bit of junk off there. This is the 25th anniversary of the Summit Series. This was it was an exhibition match, you know what I mean? But it was still very, very important to Canadians and Russians alike. And it was an 8-game series. They had 4 games in Canada and 4 games in America, and it came down to that last deciding game to see who would win. There was a tie thrown in there. That's why the 8th game was the deciding game. I can't remember exactly how all the games went, but you usually have best of 7 series, but this one they wanted to have an equal amount of games in each country. So the most likely result was going to be like a 4-4 tie, 4 wins in Canada, 4 wins in Russia, but Russia really surprised Canada, winning I believe it was the first 2 games in Canada. But I don't want to give a whole history lesson on that stuff, but I do love the Summit Series and the history of that stuff, and that's why I picked up this coin. And like I said, these 2 coins belong to the set that was ran from 92 to 02. And then I can't remember the years because there's 2 more and they switch percentages. Now the next 2 series, I can't really remember the order it goes in. I can't remember the years that they span, but there's 2 different ones, and one of them is 3 nines fine, and then the other one switches back to the sterling. And I can't remember what it is, but I'm going to put up this visual here that will show you. From memory, I think it's from 2003 to 2007 are the 4 nines silver, and then starting from 2012 to the present, I think that they have these silver dollars that are back to the sterling silver. But I have the picture up there just to confirm or to correct what I said there. And I don't have any of those coins. I don't have any of the coins from those 2 sets. Like I said, I just have these 2 here. There's a couple more that I want to get from here. There's one from 96 that has this Macintosh apple on it. That one is a really cool design that I'm actively looking to get for, but not stack. I just want to get one of them. So I don't have any of the silver dollars that are from the coin series that are into the 2000s. I don't have any of those yet. I do see them occasionally on eBay, but I haven't picked up any of those coins. And if I find a good deal on them, I will. But like I said, just like with these ones, if I come across it, I'll pick it up. But I'm not actively looking to get like the silver dollars here. This is something I'm actively looking for. Same with the half dollars. It's like with the U.S. dimes and the U.S. quarters, they are a little bit more expensive up here in Canada as well. That's why I don't have many of them. I don't have many of those caribous or the blue nose ones. I don't have many of the dimes or quarters, but if I can get them for a decent price, I'll pick them up as well. Last thing, I only have a couple of these. I remember talking about how Newfoundland only became a part of the Canada as the last province in 1949. Well, I have a couple of coins from when they were, just their own thing. But yes, this is the Newfoundland coinage. It still has King George V on the back there, and this is from before they joined Canada. Obviously, this one's from 1911. And this is a sterling coin as well. And I believe they were probably minted at the same place. Canada probably minted these coins. Newfoundland commissioned to get it done or something like that with the at the same place. So it's a different design. It doesn't have that wreath because it's not a Canadian coinage, but it's got the same bust of King George V. And then I got a dime. This one was sent to me by a subscriber, so I just left it in the flip case there. But this is another Newfoundland coin from before Newfoundland joined Canada as a province. But yeah, I've rambled on long enough. I do love Canadian junk silver, and I've talked with a bunch of people in some of the previous videos in the comments where they talked about their love of the silver dollars as well. But let me know in the let me know down in the comments if you pick up Canadian silver, if it's something that you've been on the fence about and not thinking, not knowing much about it, and just going with the option that picking up a Walker or Benjamin's, whatever it is. But if you see it in your local coin shop, if you see one of those Canadian silver dollars that I showed you, or some of the half dollars, any Canadian junk, I would say it's a pretty good buy. Like I said, the majority of it is 80% silver. They're beautiful coins. They have the different designs that you can go for if you like a particular one, or if you don't really care which one you get and you just want to get the coins, get some weight for a good price, then you can't really go wrong with the Canadian silver. But yeah, that's it for today's video. Like I said, let me know in the comments what you guys think about the Canadian junk silver, and thank you again, and I hope you come back for the next one. Thank you.